Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at basically which World Tournament units you should consider Extreme Z Awakening. Now I'm going to cover the new units basically first and kind of talk a little bit about them so we can get a good idea for basically should you EZA them, etc. And then we'll talk about some of the other units. So Chi-Chi, Gohan, and Vegeta are all the current World Tournament units that can EZA. Tien also received his Extreme Z Awakening, but I traditionally find that the World Tournament units don't EZA so well. At least traditionally from my side. I just think they don't, generally speaking, do very well, and that generally becomes a little bit of a concern for me overall. Now Chi-Chi looks pretty good. I will say with Chi-Chi, she has a lot of additionals that she can run through, and what this means is you can build her for crit. She could do some decent damage. She also stuns. She does a lot of really good kind of utility stuff. But I think we found that, on paper, those passives look good, but because of the low stats, she's going to end up just being a stunner that, it does maybe 3-4 million. Then we have Gohan Youth. I actually like his kit. I think it's good. He's got that extra attack and defense on Super. He's got Guard, which activates with a Bond of Master and Disciple category ally, which isn't too hard to do. But the big thing with him is he's boosting Android Cell Saga, which isn't a bad thing because they actually desperately need the support, but that category as a whole needs buffs and probably needs its own celebration. So although I do think he's quite solid, I do think ultimately what he's struggling with, as a unit, is more his team comp than anything else. I think he loses value for being tied to a team where realistically there's not a lot of expectations for androids. It's not they're bad, they're just not a top tier team anymore. Then we have Vegito, the AGL Vegito. This is probably the priority pick outside of some of the older units, which we'll talk about now. But out of all the current releases, he's probably the one I like the most. Has a great chance of evasion. You can build him full evasion. He has additional super attacks in his passive. He's got a bunch of additionals in his passive. You can build him crit as well for a bit of that crit. And he raises allies' attack. So he's a very cool, interesting pseudo-support tank type evasion unit. And he can do really well basically on Majin Buu Saga, which has received a ton of buffs. So Majin Buu Saga, getting another good unit, feels really good. So who should you EZA? Look, I think the 3 LRs you should EZA. I think Tech Mr. Buu is a great option. I think AGL Super Saiyan Gohan is a great option. I think Tech Super Saiyan Gohan is a great option. And I think this AGL Vegito is a great option. But from there, I think things will just become do whatever you want. If I had to say who should you EZA, it would be the 3 LRs. Then it would be AGL Vegito, Tech Mr. Buu, AGL Gohan, Strength Gohan, and then Tech Gohan. Literally in that order. And then the rest you can do whatever with. They're either too niche or too difficult to use, or they just don't seem to perform like some of the other units. So keep that in mind. But honestly, other than that, I would say that's my top picks. So yeah, that's it from me. Bye.